Hello everyone. Makebalo. I'm back today, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for keep on supporting the channel. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. It really means a lot to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, guys, subscribe. Support the channel. It means a lot to the channel. It's gonna make the channel grow very much. Okay, today we'll be doing the questions on calculus, doing some revision on calculus, on finding the unknowns of the calculus and interpretation of it. Now, the question that we have here, we have this function of h of x is equals to, we have h of x, where is equals to negative x cubed, then plus ax squared plus bx, and also we have this function of which here x, which is just negative 12x. We have these two functions, and then we have a point of a point of p of q when they are saying it's 2 mapped to 10. We have these two when they are calling it this point a turning point of OH. Now, question number 1, which is 9.1, it's saying show that OA is 3 over 2 and OB is 6. Now, what we know, we have a turning point. How do we find the turning point? First thing, if we are finding the turning point, how do we find the turning point? We derive. So the first thing that we are going to do here is going to derive this equation. Okay, derive this h of x. It's going to be negative 3x squared, then plus 2ax, and then plus b. Then from there, after deriving the equation, you say h of x, the h prime of x, you equate it to what? To 0, and then it's 0, and then equals to the negative 3. Now we're going to substitute the x of the turning point here. Then it's going to be 2 squared, then plus 2 in a into 2, then plus b. Then we have negative 3 into 2 squared, then it's negative 12, then 2 times 2 is 4, so we're going to have 4a, then plus b. This is 0. Then we make the b substitute of the formula, take these two to the other side, so we're going to have 12 minus 4a is equals to b. Call this my equation number 1. And then now we're going to take this point as any point in a graph. So I'm going to take this point as it is and substitute it to the equation, or to the original equation. So it's just going to be 10 is equals to negative into 2 cubed, and then plus a into 2 squared, and then plus b into 2. Sorry about that. And then it's 10 into the negative 2 cubed, which is just negative 8, and then plus 4a, then plus 2b. I hope you see this one. This we're gonna call it our equation number 2. According to we have these two equations. We know b is equals to this. So what we are going to do here, we're gonna substitute equation number 1 into equation number 2. So we have 10. So we have 10 minus 8 of 10 negative 8, and then plus 4a, and then plus 2. We know b is 12 minus 4a. We know that one. And then from here we simplify. We have 10 here, negative 8, then it's 4a times this, 2 times 12, it's 24, 2 times 4, 8, negative 8a. Then we collect the like terms. We have 10 here. We're going to have negative 8 plus 24, it's negative 16. Take this 16 to the other side. We're going to have negative 16 equals 2. We have 4 minus 8, 4 minus 8. We have negative 4a. Then 10 minus 16 is negative 6, is equals to negative 4a. Then divide by negative 4. So divide by negative 4. And then our a is equals to 6 divided by 4. It's 3 over 2. Then from here we know that b is equals to 12 minus 4 a. We already find a, then it's 12 minus 4. Our a is 3 over 2. Then 12 minus 4 into 3 over 2. It's what? It's 6. So we've already shown that OA is 3 over 2, OB is 6. I hope you understand. And the next question now, it's saying, which is 9.2. It's saying calculate the average gradient h between p and q, where it's given that x into negative 1 at p. Okay, now we know q, we know the coordinate of q is 2 moved to 10. The equation, the p, the only equation we have, the point we have at p, it's negative 1. So we need to find the y of that equation, of that point. So we go to our original equation. Now we've already found the unknowns, so the equation is negative x cubed. A it's plus 3 over 2 x squared, and then b it's plus 6x. It's like this. Now at x is equal to negative 1, so it's negative into negative 1 cubed plus 3 over 2 into minus 1, and then plus 6 into negative 1. Then now we find our y, negative 1 into cubed plus 3 over 2 into negative 1, and plus 6 into negative 1. It's what? It's negative 13 over 2. So point at p is negative 1 into negative 13 over 2. Oh, sorry, it's squared here. There's a squared here which I didn't put. Then 7 over 2. Sorry, this is negative 7 over 2. So the whole point of p is negative 1 into negative 7 over 2. Sorry about that. And then we're moving forward of finding the average gradient. Finding average gradient is just finding the gradient. So m of the average, equation of the gradient, change of y, change in x, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So gonna make this one x1, this is y1, gonna make this one x2, this is y2. So y2 is negative 7 over 2 minus 2 all over our x is negative 1, then minus sorry, here y2 over y1, so it's 10 this one, and then x is negative 1 over x1, which is 2. Okay, and then we are going to have negative 7 over 2 minus 10 all over negative 1 minus 2. So the average gradient is 9 over 2. And then it said show that 9.3. It's saying show that the concavity of h changes at x is equals to 1 over 2. So the concavity, very important word, which is the second difference. So our original equation, it's a into h into negative a cubed, then plus 3 over 2x squared, then plus 6x. Now they are finding, they want us to show that the concavity of a changes at this. We are showing, so you need to find the first derivative. So it's just going to be negative 3x squared, and then this times this is just going to be plus 3x and then plus 6. Then finding the second difference, now it's gonna be negative 6, then plus negative 6x, and then plus 3. Then from there, second difference, we equate it to 0, and then we have 0 into negative 6x and then plus 3. Take 3 to the other side, then it's negative 3 equals to negative 6x. Then we divide by negative 6, we divide by negative 6, so, and then our x is 1 over 2. So we've already shown that the concavity of h changes at x is equals to negative 2. Okay, now the 9.4, it's saying now explain the significance of change. The significance of change in question 9.3 when it's this one with the respect of h. The significance is h now has what? The point, or has an inflection point. Has a point of inflection. What is a point of inflection? That's where the graph changes its shape, or that's where the graph changes its direction. That's where it's happening there in respect to a. That's the significant change. Then it's happening there. It's 9.4. Now let's go to 9.5. Now what is the question saying there? Determine the value of x, given that x needs to be less than 0, meaning our x has to be negative. Okay, now at which the tangent of h it's parallel to what? To g. What is g? G of x, you do know that is equals to 12x. This is just a straight line, but now they are telling us the straight line, the equation of a straight line is just y is equal to mx plus c. No, now this is a gradient. So now according to this one, this is a gradient. Now we know that if they are talking about parallel, something that is parallel, it's telling us that the gradient of the tangent is going to be equals to this straight line. The gradient of the tangent, it's going to be equals to this straight line, because the lines are what? Are parallel. So now are we going to tackle this? Let's write first our original equation. It's negative x cubed, then plus 3 over 2x squared, then plus 6x. Then now derive this by finding negative 3x squared, and then plus 3x, and then plus 6. Now after deriving, we are finding the equation of what? Of the tangent. Now h prime of x is equals to what? Is equals to the gradient. But now we know that they told us that h is parallel to g, the tangent to h, the tangent that we are looking for, it's parallel to what? To g. So we know the gradient of g, so our gradient is going to be negative 12. So it's just going to be negative 12 equals to negative 3 of squared, and then plus 3x, and then plus 6. Then from there we take this to the other side, avoiding this negative sign, so it's going to be positive 3x squared, negative 3x, then minus 6, and then minus 12, then it equals to 0. And then 3x squared minus 3x, and then negative 6, negative 12, it's giving us what? Negative 18, and then is equals to 0. Then from here we can divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3, because 3 goes to all of these coefficients that we have here. So we're going to have x squared, then minus x, and then minus 6, then equals to 0. Then from here we can factorize this. We're going to have x minus 3, then x, then plus 2, and equals to 0. Then from here we know that our first of x is equals to 3, and then the sec of x is equals to what? Is equals to negative 2. But now from the restriction that we told us here, they told us that our x must be less than 0, meaning it has to be negative. So this is one is not applicable. What is applicable is this one, where x is negative what? It's negative 2. This is the one that is applicable. Thank you so much.